There are those who wish to change the world, but is that really what God has called us to do? Hello everyone, and welcome to Strengthen Your Walk. I'm Kim Crabill. There's a visual I use to help me remember my power to change others. I use a map of the world and a hula hoop. Remember those from our childhood days? Imagine stretching a map of the world and taping it inside a hula hoop. Now, holding the hula hoop over your head, think about what happens as you bring it down to your waist. The map rips away, leaving what? Only you standing in the hula hoop. Here's the message that visual represents. Your focus for change lies only within your own hula hoop. We can get distracted by wanting to change the world. Sometimes it's easier to focus there than to look deeply at what's going on in our own hearts and thoughts and words, isn't it? Besides, changing the world is so impressive and impactful. Changing internally, which has been our detox focus so far, well, that's so likely to go unnoticed. It's true that we began our detox with those things not visible, the heart. We worked through our thoughts and our words, but now we conclude with what is obvious and visible to the world, our actions. This channel of change represents the difference in the way the world approaches matters and how God approaches things. The world puts emphasis on what can be seen, our actions, and perhaps that's one reason we see so much struggle and lack of success. But God clearly states that change requires truth in the innermost parts of our being, according to Psalms 51:6. That's our heart. Because the Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. We're told in 1 Samuel 16:7. We tend to separate the internal from the external, the heart from the actions, but our heart is actually on display in our actions every day. This is why we began by saying holiness begins in the heart and will do its work in our thinking, through our words, and will eventually be seen by the deeds and actions of our hands. We can use Paul's word in Ephesians 4:1 as a guide to our actions. He says, as believers, we are to live a life worthy of the calling. There are two words here that can guide us in a way that's very practical. Live can be translated to walk. Walk is most frequently used in the New Testament to refer to daily conduct or our actions. Secondly, the word worthy in Ephesians 4:1. Believers who walk in a manner worthy of their calling are those striving to live every day in a way that their actions are in unity with God's Word. Paul goes on to give 5 ways we can align or balance our actions with God's Word. First, through acts of humility. Secondly, acts of gentleness. Thirdly, through acts with patience. Fourth, acts of forbearance in love. And finally, he goes on to talk in Ephesians 3, acts that unite. Remember that spiritual unity is not where friends get together and unite together. It's where we get together and unite with God. Until next time, let's examine our actions. Are we living the life that is taking us to where we want to go? Where we are today is the result of the choices we made yesterday. So here's the good news. Tomorrow we become what we choose to do today. Knowing that with God's help, we detox to change that person inside our own hula hoop, surely will strengthen your walk.